our champion, Janice Poch of Concord, New Hampshire, faces the challenge of Janice Caissie of Newton, Massachusetts on Candlepin Bowling. Hi, everybody. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, and speaking for the whole crew, we're sure glad you could join us here at the fairway in Natick, Massachusetts for 3 strings of Candlepin Bowling, and as you know, it's total pinball, which determines our winner. Each of our bowlers will take home a permanent souvenir with their name and the date inscribed on it, provided by Din Brothers of Holyoke and Boston. Each will take home some guaranteed prize money. $700 goes to the winner, $350 goes to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string. Obviously, if they should tie, they split that $25 apiece. And other opportunities which most of you are familiar with, but I'll remind you as the program goes along. However, let's get started and talk to today's bowlers, shall we? Welcome back, Janice.
Thank you.
3 years. Why, you don't like us? You stayed away from us for 3 years?
No, I tried. I just didn't make it for 3 years.
Well, when you came on the very first time 3 years ago, you did what very few bowlers do, and that's come on and win right off the bat, huh?
Yeah, that's true.
But unfortunately, you lost the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you are now splashed all over television. And tell me, what's the reaction when people have come up to you now, you know, that they see you back on again?
A lot of people go, oh, I've seen you on TV before. I go, yes, you have. And no matter where I go, I always tend to run into people that I...
Do you run into, I mean, is it the same up in Concord as it is down around this area?
Yes, it is. I even go into Massachusetts sometimes, and people will come up to me and say, I've seen you on TV.
How does it make you feel? Good?
Yeah.
Why not?
A little embarrassed.
Yeah. Okay, good luck to you, and good luck to you, Janice, and we'll get underway right after this. Challenger, Janice Caissie, high single 164, high triple 414, league average 112. She has a spare leave, not necessarily the easiest one. It's the 1, 3, and 9. Just missed the head pin, got the 3. It's a 9. Janice had a fine 637 in winning her roll-off. That's an excellent roll-off score for 5 strings. Ralph Stewart, our live line judge and referee, calls time. He wants to take a check to see whether this wood is behind the deadwood line or closest to us, and it's definitely rolling this way. And again, I remind you that the deadwood line is exactly 2 feet from the middle of the head pin toward the bowler. There is a line across there. Any wood this side of it has to be removed. If it's behind it or touching it, it is removed. If it's behind it completely, then it stays there, and whether it's a roadblock or a helper, it doesn't make any difference. It's an 8. Janet Poch, high single 176, high triple 420, league average 121, our defending champion. Four, 7, 6, and 9. And she hit the 4. This for Janet is her 14th appearance on Candlepin Bowling. It's a 7. She has won 8 in a row to date. Janet is 2-time Pro Bowler of the Year. On the head pin that time, and she has a single pin to pick up. It is the 4 for a spare. She has it. The first mark. Janice Caissie. Half Worcester left side as she punched out the 2 and 8. Janice representing the Wallachs in Waltham, Massachusetts. She still has the 4 and 5 side by side. It's a 9. This time she overcorrected a bit. If you recall, the last time she missed the head pin and went to the left side where the 2 pin was. This time she went where the 3 pin was. Nine and 10 still there. It's a 9. Now working on a spare that she made in the second box, our defending champion, Janet Poch of Concord, New Hampshire. Big Bill. She got 9 and left the 10 pin. Yes, she has 2 in a row. Janet is the 1990 and 1992 New Hampshire Candlepin Bowling Association All Events champion. Head pin still there. It is still there. It becomes a 9 box. And after 4 boxes of the first string and of the second string, we always take a quick check on the scoreboard. After 4, our defending champion, Janet Poch of Concord, New Hampshire, is leading Janice Caissie of Newton, Massachusetts, 50-35. Our challenger, Janice Caissie, Newton, Massachusetts, rolling in the 5th box of the opening string. And the left-hander fires. And she has everything down except the 7 pin. I should have indicated earlier, because I know that we have many, many persons who are either totally blind or have very, very limited vision. And that's why, of course, we describe so much. But the one thing I didn't tell you right away, folks, was that she's a left-handed bowler. Too bad. She did not get it. She went into the gutter. Again. So it's a 9. I know how much fun those of you I've just referred to get out of sitting there, and although you cannot literally see, I know how many of you told me that you get a mental image of what's happening and can enjoy it just as much as everybody else here. Spare Janet Caissie as she picked off the 3, 6, and 10. Now Janet Poch. One, 2, 4, 6, and 10 with no wood. Got the 1 and 2. Janet represents the Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. It's a 7 box. looking right now at the 1, 2, and 10, and the two pieces of felled wood are sort of been back and to the left. She got just the head pin. It's a 9, although she did send one piece of wood over toward that 10 pin and threatened it, but however didn't get it. All right, challenger Janice Caissie back up again. Remember now, she's working on a spare, so let's see what she can do as a fill. Oh, too bad. Half Worcester left side. You could tell the reaction of the crowd. Just 2, punching out the 2 and 8. She came back and got all but the 5 and 9. Waiting for a piece of wood to settle down. It's a 9. As usual, Al Giglio keeping score on the electronic scoreboard, and Keith Williams keeping score on the big board for the folks who are here. Oh, so close to a hammer. Ralph Stewart in his accustomed spot. Uh-oh, look at the trousers and the socks to match with the Argyle. And Janice has just picked off the single pin for another mark. Janet Poch, 2 full on the head pin. Phil Rubin, of course, is our producer and our director. Two, 4, 7, 9, and 10. Got the 2, 4, 7. Got the 10, and wait a minute, there it goes. Down goes the 9. Yes. Janet's reaction. How about that? She tried to pull the trigger, but wound up with a tough one to convert. 4 horsemen right side, 1, 3, 6, and 10, plus the 8 pin. And once again, missed the head pin. Once again, our crew today is the non-related Sullivans, Jeff and Ken, Eddie Barron, and Skip Peabody. All right, working on a spare now is our challenger, Janice Caissie. 2 full, spread eagle, got 4, but she's left the 2 wings, the 2, 4, 7, the 3, 6, 10. Oh, nice, she took out the left side and got the 3 pin on the right, so she's looking now at 6 and 10. A 9. Three pin standing. The 1, the 3, and the 6. Yes! You made it. And that puts her over 100. Barely, but she's over 100. 101. Now Janet Poch. our defending champion. Boy, she dropped that one much too soon. Has 4 horsemen left side plus the 5 and 8. Still hasn't touched the head pin, along with the 2, 7 and 8. She left the 7, so it's a 9. 99. Going into the final box. One, 2, 7 and 10. Got the 1 and 2 and rocked the 10. The wood was right in the middle, and she was hoping that she could use it to make the 7 and 10. However, it did not work. Janet picks up $50 in bonus money as she has won the first string. Neither bowler coming anywhere near their league average because, as you know, Janet Poch's league average is 121 and 112 for Janice Caissie. The score after 1. In the middle string, our defending champion leads it off. Here's Janet Poch. It's barely even. Good one. It's the 5 and 8, and there's wood in between the 5 and 8. Boy, she doesn't miss that one. Spare to start the middle string. The fill. It is 5. Leaving diamond left plus the 7. 2, 4, 5, 7 and 8. 8 pin stayed. Nine box. Now Janice Caissie. Caissie spelled C-A-I-S-S-I-E. Spare leave for Janice. Too bad. She had 4 and 5, and the 5 is still there. And it's still there. Oh, so close to a hammer. She left the 4 pin. She has it. Janet Poch is looking at what, if you were to punch it out, would be a half Worcester right side. The 3 and 9. Back-to-back pins. Oh, man, it's so frustrating and so easy to do when you've got all 10 up to punch out those 2. But when they are the only 2 pins standing, it's so difficult. You almost invariably hit it to one side or the other and kick it in the opposite direction, and it doesn't get the back pin. All right, 5 and 9 she needs for the opportunity to converse. She made it. Spare in the fourth. Now Janice Caissie comes up working on the spare that she made in the second. Here will be the fill. Oh, nice. She got 7, and she's left a triangle, a makeable triangle, over on the right-hand corner of the 6, 9, and 10. She knew as soon as she delivered it that she was not going to get the object pin, which was the 6. She took out the 9. 6 and 10 still there, and she gets them both. So it's a 10. Once again, she has a spare leave. 2 and 4. Yes. All right, again, we take a little break after 4 boxes in the middle string. As you know, Janet Poch won the first one, 107-101. Each bowler has a bonus ball to throw when they next come up. So, in pins already down here in the middle string, right now it is Caissie, 46, and Poch, 43. Janet Poch, and she right now is filling a spare. With 5. And she has the same spare leave she's had twice before. No wood to help. 4 horsemen right side and the 8-pin. Really tough. I want to tell you, she made it. She had it 3 times. She made it this time. That is not easy. Believe me, it is not easy. She fills with 6. She's got the 2, the 5, the 7, and 8. Piece of wood between the 2 and the 7, which will help. It did. 3 marks in a row, $50 in bonus money for our defending champion, Janet Poch. Now she's up to $100 in bonus money after winning the first string and picking up $50. Now our challenger, Janice Caissie, is also working on a spare. This is a fill for her. No wood to help. She got 7, but she's got parallel pins. The side-by-siders are the 4 and 5, and she also has the 7. Tried to take out the 4 and 7, figuring that it was just too big a risk to try to get all 3 of them. It's an 8. It was 3 years ago when Janice came on as a challenger, and she defeated a fine Candlepin bowler, Carol Downey. In case you're wondering, the high-low jackpot is up to $2,175. Highest it's ever been. It's 9. All right, now Janet Poch has 3 marks in a row. That establishes a bonus of $50 in a single string. Then each consecutive mark is worth $50 apiece as long as she can keep it going. Well, it's not going to be easy because she has left the corners full. 8 was the fill, but 7 and 10 still standing. She used a piece of wood beautifully to kick it over and get the 10 pin, and the ball went toward the 7, but not far enough. It's a 10. So her bonus streak stops at $50 after 3 marks in a row. Janet made her first appearance on our program back in September of 1988. Ralph Stewart calls time. There's a piece of wood coming this way, which will be removed. Definitely this side. And a hand for Ralph. Looking at the 1, 3, and 9. One, 2, 8 it was, and she took out the 8. Now the 2 pin. Our challenger, Janice Caissie. Everything down except the 4 pin. Too bad, she missed it. It's a 10. After defeating Carol Downey in her first appearance, Janice was defeated the next week by Shireen LaFortune, who just coincidentally is our next challenger. Once again, she's got everything down except a single pin. This time it is the corner pin, the 7. She made it. She's shaking her head. She's got a big grin on her face. You could probably tell because she's basically saying, if that piece of wood hadn't have been there, I wouldn't have made that. Now, Janet Poch. And Janet's got the right side full. 4 horsemen plus the 5 and 9. Three, 6, and 10 still there. It's a 9. Janet holds the women's high triple with a 408. Actually, she shares it with Beth Peterson. Each had a 408. Shelley Carr also had a 400. Have a little practice at this one. $2,175 is what it's worth at the end of the program. So it's an 8. All right. Final 2 in the middle string for our challenger, Janice Caissie of Newton, Massachusetts, and she's working on a spare. She gets a strike. Again, she's got a big grin on her face. Now the left-hander fires, and she gets a strike on that. You know what everybody's thinking, huh? And here, is it going to go? One pin away from an extra bonus of $1,000. No, she has another ball. That's right. But of course we're talking about had she knocked them down all the way. She looked around. She was almost ready to press the button. And oh, too bad. Too bad. Fine finish for our challenger, Janice Caissie. And so she will win $50 for winning the middle string by a score of 148 to 118, and she now has taken the lead over Janet Poch, 249 to 225. Well, unfortunately, after a super end to that middle string, a 148 to 24-pin lead for Janice Caissie, she's only rolled 6 and 8 for 14 in the first two boxes of the third. Let's see now how Janet Poch answers the challenge. They kept tumbling. Now there are just two. And a piece of wood. Ralph Stewart is looking at it. And he just gave us the safe sign. He's an umpire on the side, I think. And yes! She made a spare. I've mentioned the high-low jackpot twice. The home viewer jackpot is $250. I'd like you to be a part of it. Tell you how in a moment. 9-pin drop for Janet Poch. And an opportunity to double up. She just has to pick off the 5-pin. She has it. Right on, right on. Janet Poch answering the challenge. We'll watch Janice Caissie's first ball here, and then I'll tell you a little more about the home viewer. Well, I'll wait till the next ball because she's got a chance to make a spare here with just the 5 and the 9. Spare in the third. Seven-pin drop, and she has a spare leave. It's made up of the 3, 6, and 10. And she has another. Now, Janet Poch, who began this third string with 2 marks in a row and a chance for 3 in a row and more bonus money, this is her fill, and she's got 9. And the only pin to pick up now is the 7-pin. And there's wood right across it. She has it. 3 in a row. Another $50 in bonus money. And, of course, the streak is alive right now, should she get another. And they are tied at the moment. All right. The fill is 8, and the corners are full. However, the lane is full of deadwood. So she can probably explode this. She did and got them all, so she has 4 marks in a row. $200 in bonus money for Janet Poch, 4 marks in a row, and right now 2 marks in a row for Janice Caissie. And Janice gets 8 more and a spare leave. She's looking at 4 and 7 with wood in front of it. And she made it. She has 3 marks in a row for another $50 in bonus money. Challenger Janice Caissie. She gets 6 and leaves the Four Horsemen right side. Oh, how did that not go? She got everything except the 10-pin. Looked like a perfect hit. She got the 1-3 pocket, and it just didn't go. Now she picks it off for a 10. Okay, Janet Poch up. Janet leading by 1, and let's see now what she got here. She picks up at 1 more at least, because she filled with a 9 as opposed to an 8 for Janice. She has the single pin to pick up. It is the 6-pin. Oh, big miss. Not only the fact that it's $50 in bonus money, but it's also opposite a mark by her challenger. There it is for a 10. Janice Caissie now leads by 4. Here's a split. 3, 6, and 4. That is what Janet Poch is looking at. Did not get it as she got the 6-pin, missing the 3. Don't forget to take your guesses at what the total pinfall will be, both bowlers combined, on a day you hope your card is chosen. $250 in the jackpot right now. Send it along to Candlepin Bowling, WCBB TV, 5 TV Place, Needham, Massachusetts, zip code 02192. Janice Caissie. Janice Caissie has a spare leave. She's looking at the 2, 4, and 7. Too bad. She went right through the middle. Took out the 4 and left the 2 and 7. All right, it's a 9. One, 2, 4, and 8. Wood between the 2 and the 4. Oh, she missed it all. And it turned out to be just a 7, as when she finally did hit the 2-pin, it was the only one that went down. The 1, 4, and 8 stayed. All right, now Janet Poch. She's trailing by 5. And she's got a split. Three, 6, and 4. 3, 6 on the right, 4 on the left, and... Whoa, yes, she made it. Yes, big shot. Big shot. Nothing to help. No wood. Big spare. And she's opposite a 9. At this very moment, trailing by 4. We'll see what the fill will be. Five. That puts her up by 1. Now has the 1, 2, and 7. Up by 3 now. All right, 3 pins separating our bowlers as we go into the final 2 boxes. Our challenger, Janice Caissie. Too bad, thin hit. She's looking at the 1, 3, and 9 over on the right and over on the left. Triangle made up of the 4, 7, and 8. Boy, she almost made it. Everything went down except the 7 pin. All right. Last box for Janice Caissie. Thin hit. 4 horsemen right side plus the 4 and the 7. Okay, 3 still there. The 1, the 4, and the 7. It's a 9. Janet Poch has a 3-pin lead going into the final, and she's opposite 19 pins in the final 2 boxes by her challenger. 2 full that time, so she's got a split. 2 and 4 on the left, 3, 6, 10 over on the right. Got 1 more. In the 2 boxes, she needs 17 to win by 1. And all right, there's 9 of them. Eight pins will do it. All right. She has just 4. She needs 4 more. Needs 3 more. Janice Caissie can't look. 3 pins will... Tie. We're going to go into a 2-box roll-off. Two-box roll-off. Half Worcester, right side. Right down the empty space. It's a 7. Now the fill. Big 9. $26. So Janet Poch needs 27. And she's got a strip. Two strikes. Don Riley, our statistician and coordinator. Three more pins, and nope, she didn't get them. However, she has won. Great match, right down and into a playoff, a two-string roll-off. Well, I mean, a two-box roll-off. See, I get a little excited about these things. Okay, Janet Poch has won again. We'll be right back. $250 in our home viewer jackpot. And as you know, when we have a tie, we have two scores. So when I draw a card here, that person will basically have two chances. They will be going for the total at the end of our regulation, which was 718, or 789, which was the eventual total after the roll-off, the two-string roll-off. So that person will, in addition to that, of course, is guaranteed a nice prize from the Parker Pen Company. But 10 pins either side of either 718 or 789 would win the $250. Let's find out who is going to have two chances at winning that. All right. Here's a card. Let's see. This is J.D. Levassieur. You like that? From Springfield, Massachusetts. And let's see. We had 789 and 718. The guess is 739. So next week it's going to be up to $300. All right, now, $2,175 in that jackpot for knocking down three pins. And you guys have been knocking them down all over the place, so somebody ought to do it. That'll be a nice consolation prize. Nope. Okay, now it goes to $2,200. Over here, please, if you would, Janice. Now, for being on our program, from Din Brothers of Boston Holyoke, the souvenir, but eventually we're going to inscribe that with your name and the date, and you can remember what a great run you gave her, yeah. and how you tied it.
Good,
and $350 for being our runner-up, $150 in bonus money. And don't stay away so long, all right?
I'll try not to.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right. And for winning your fourth in a row, you get a different one. Again, your name will be inscribed on that and the date. You had a nice, easy one today.
Definitely. I knew it was going to be a tough match from the beginning.
$350 in bonus money to go with your $700 for winning. And you know Shireen LaFortune, who is going to be your challenger next week. And that could be a good one, too.
Definitely.
You're planning to be here. So am I. You will be, too, won't you? We'll see you then. Bye-bye, everybody.